start your agency and what are you doing now?
If I don't do something now, like I'm gonna have to go get a job, like I'm gonna be
So what was the biggest thing you actually learned in that transition?
I was on that other side of the camera at one point in time. Like I know what that person's like. The biggest thing that I learned.
Alex literally started his agency on April, right? Scaled it to $30,000 in a month.
Here's the roadmap, here's the plan. I changed the way that I saw the world. Like I saw the world differently.
Another question I want to ask you is about sales. So I'm here with one of my clients, Alex. Alex literally started his agency on April, right? He scaled it to $30,000 in a month. And literally like after, I think about 6-7 weeks after launch. And he'd never done an agency before. He didn't have any client testimonies. Literally scaled it to 30 grand. I think around 15 grand the first month. So Alex, I just want to ask you basically, how did you start your agency and what are you doing now?
Yeah, so I guess I'll just go through the whole story. For about 14 months, I was kind of doing it on my own. I bought a cold outreach course that told me to send all these cold emails, went back and forth, basically just trying it on my own. And I think in that year and a little bit, I was in college at that point. So I was like in school full time, and then I wanted to do this and make it my career. And I think in that year of doing both of those things full time, I made like $4 or $5 grand total in 12 months, which obviously like just showed me like, okay, like I obviously don't understand what's going on. And it kind of like got to the point, I don't know if I ever told you this, but it got to the point where there was like 6 months until I graduated college. And I was like, okay, if I don't do something now, like I'm gonna have to go get a job. Like I'm gonna be fucked. I don't know if I'm allowed to curse, but like I'm gonna be messed up if I don't figure this out. So I kind of knew at that point like I wanted help from someone, and this is kind of where Sofian comes in. But the story there goes like I knew that it wasn't really like information. Like you can find the information online anywhere. The information is out there, but like with anything, like it's not about what you know, it's about whether or not you can do it, whether or not you've been able to do it before and can do it again. And so me and my partner, Jake, who's behind the camera there, we reached out to you. We wanted your help, specifically with ads and just like starting the whole thing up. And I mean, honestly, like from day one with starting with you, like it made sense now. Like, okay, here's the roadmap, here's the plan, just go out there and do it. And I'll kind of talk about this a little bit later, but that kind of tests you. When you have the answers in front of you, there's no more backing down. You can't step away. If the only thing in front of you is the work and you don't do the work, every excuse that you had before of not knowing what you were doing is gone. And now you have to look at yourself in the mirror, and the only thing that's stopping you from where you want to go is the work. So I know that was a long-winded question, but full circle, like I've been doing agency stuff for a really long time. I would say in total probably 18, 24 months. 6 months of that being like somewhat successful. The first year and a half was just trial and error until eventually like I found the right fit of information and application to like actually go do what I wanted to do,
Got it. And you mentioned actually before that you were doing like cold outreach and if you can just elaborate, because a lot of people that actually see this video, they're probably doing cold outreach right now.
I mean,
go after. I just want to know what's your thoughts about it. Like compare them both. Just cold outreach and paid ads together as a client with
yeah. I mean, I think like the mindset for a beginner in almost anything, right, is like I want to do the easiest thing. I want to get clients for free, and to do that I'll just reach out to them for free, and it's like that works, right? But to get to the 10K a month, 20K a month, whatever your goal is, right? Like that's not the system that is necessarily going to work. Like I would just say, like in my experience, like if you're walking down the street and there's a restaurant sitting there, right? Like we're in Turkey right now. We go down the street in Main Street and there's a restaurant with some guy like sitting out there trying to get us in there. Like, hey guys, we have great food. Come in here and eat. Like, does that make you want to go to the restaurant? Like, no, because there's no like when you're out there asking someone for business, you're put in like a worse position.
It's all about the perceived value.
Right, but with paid ads, they're reaching out to you. They're replying to your message. And so that it does change the fundamental of the system.
So what was the biggest thing you actually learned in that transition?
I just think like the agency game like applies to so much, right? It's like how do you present a good offer? How do you get people interested in the offer? How do you sell them on the offer? Like you learn fundamentals of business in that. So like what did I learn in that? I learned like the basics of business, like in every aspect. But I guess like taking it more broadly, because this is probably what like because I was on that other side of the camera at one point in time. Like I know what that person's like. The biggest thing that I learned, and it sounds like woo woo and shit, but it's like the way you see the world matters a lot. Like the way you see things. If you can change the way you see things, your entire world changes. Like literally, your entire world changes. So if you connect with someone that knows things that you don't and can help change the way that you see the world, suddenly something that was so impossible and hard is now easy. Like it's like right there in front of you. Like I said, it's like you talk to someone that knows what they're doing, and all of a sudden things just make sense for you. So kind of twofold, right? Like I learned the technical stuff. I learned how to run ads and do this and do that. But again, you can learn that on YouTube. What's the real value? Like I changed the way that I saw the world. Like I saw the world differently, which changes everything. And I don't know if I ever told you that, but that's what I would say.
That makes sense. Yeah, makes sense. And what was actually your biggest challenge?
Yeah. So I'll give you two, because I know that you speak a lot about technical stuff on the channel, so I want to keep it to that.
Okay.
But I also think like what I said earlier, like when everything is given to you and the only thing that's left is doing the work, like that's a reality check. Like, because before I reached out to you, I always thought like, if I just had the work in front of me, like if I just knew what I needed to do, it'd be easy. I'd just do it. But then I worked with you and the work is sitting there right in front of you, and all you got to do is do it. And like you wake up and it's hard and you realize like that there's another element to it. But as far as actual challenges in the agency game, like for most people, it's getting the first 5 clients in the door, getting testimonials, all that kind of stuff. And I think that's what you helped out with so much. Like, I think I might have called you in on a couple of the first sales calls. I mean, like, yeah, this is one of my partners. Like, you know, Sofian has worked with so many companies like you guys, and he'll be able to help you. I'm pretty sure I did that on the first few sales calls. And like, I think that like those first few clients are the hardest clients to get. Because once you have the first few, you've done it before, you can do it again. But getting the first few is the hardest thing to do. Like, that's what we did, you know?
100%. And a very interesting question I want to ask you, though, is like, how did your life change, you know, after you started an agency? And just compared to before and right now, like, how did actually going to paid ads, signing clients, did that change any elements in your life, other than the, you know, financial aspect, but just...
Yeah, I mean, I'm in Turkey right now with you. Like, if you would have told me that 6-8 months ago that I would be on the other side of the world, I'm from Tampa, Florida, in the U.S. If you would have told me 6 months ago that I'd be on the other side of the world, just like mobbing in Turkey with you and like a bunch of other guys, like I just wouldn't have believed you. And again, this kind of goes back to like the view of the world thing. Like how much would your life change if the way you saw the world changed? Like it sounds simple, like just learn how to run paid ads and sell agency clients. But that's like a fundamental, it changes your life. Like, I don't know if you actually realize that, like when someone comes to you and they're not making any money and all of a sudden they're making money, like sure, like they made more money, but like what really happened there was that their entire view of the world changed. I think so, at least. Like, I think it's a fundamental change in their life, you know?
100%. And another question I want to ask you is about sales, because, you know, you're one of these clients where you just hopped in, and I was shocked personally because I literally, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I tell you that honestly. I didn't believe you would basically achieve the results you achieved.
Really?
You know, it just blew my mind.
Really?
Like from the sales aspect, like you
Really?
were closing fucking like $6,000 deals,
Yeah.
$3,000 deals here, $4,000 deals like every day, right? So I wanna ask you this because not for me but for the viewers. What would you say? You know, you start from scratch. You never done this business before, and you literally excelled at sales. You know, you're probably top 3-5% closer.
Thank you.
I had, like, compared to my closers that have been here in the game for like 3 years, closed hundreds, thousands of dollars of deals. But like, you've basically started in a month, and you excelled at sales. Like, your metrics were like insane.
Yeah, I think like a very clear inflection point. Like before, it's not like I was an incredible salesperson before we talked. I just told you like, for 12 months, I had not sold anything, right? So 12 months, I'm working on this thing. I make $4,000. Like, obviously, something happened because at that point in time, everything changes, and now you're selling a lot and doing really well. Like, I would kind of turn this question on you because I would answer it as like, it's confidence. Like, that's what sales is, confidence. But how do you find confidence when you've not done anything before? Like, I think for me, like, I was able
If you
to,
had to give an advice to your old self,
Yeah.
say like, well, what are you telling them to do? Exactly.
I mean, I think that you gotta surround yourself with people that have won before, because that's how you get confident. Like, you don't get confident by faking it. At least I don't think so. Like, but when you, like, if very simply, like, let's say you're a sports player, right, and you've never seen this specific thing done before, and all of a sudden someone just does it in front of you, like someone dunks the basketball and makes it look real. Like, that's what this is. Like, you see someone who's done it before and is like literally just sitting there on the phone with you, like, hey, this is what you do, this is what you do, and acting like not a big deal. It just gives you confidence. Like, this is what I would say your skill is. Like, you're very confident in everything that you do. Like, when we worked with you, because that's why your answer surprised me, like, that you didn't think we would do so well. Because as soon as we started working with you, it was like, oh, let's do it, guys. We're gonna kill it. Let's go. Like, you're a very confident person. That like rubs off on you. Rubs off on, I'm sure, like, on the people you work with, right? Like, in whatever it is, like, whatever endeavor you're doing, and even just like being in Turkey with you right now, like, I see, like, whatever it is we're going to do, like, we're going to do it. Like, you're very confident in yourself. And I think, like, sometimes people don't like someone who's self-confident, but for some people, like, it helps them, like, get confidence in themselves. So that's all I'd say. 100%. I know it's like again, a lot of this stuff has been like very like high level stuff, but I mean, these are my honest answers. Like, it's deeper than just, I learned how to click a couple buttons on Facebook and, run ads. Like, it is more than that. I think so, at least.
Makes sense. Totally. Okay, Alex, thank you so much for hopping in. I'll be looking forward to your success. I'll be looking forward to seeing you $100,000 a month, not like 30 grand and 40 grand a month. Okay?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's pretty crazy to be here. So I'm just grateful. Like, I appreciate the opportunity and obviously being able to work with you. So thank you, man.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah. Peace, guys.